Two streaming giants go head-to-head. Which one really delivers? On the left, Peacock, affordable streaming packed with NBC originals and select sports. And on the right, FuboTV, comprehensive live sports and TV for the die-hard fanatic. Let's skip the hype and get straight to what matters. Each battle earns points, and by the end, you'll know exactly who takes the crown. The winner might just surprise you. All right, before we jump in and get all passionate about TV shows and sports, here's a quick map of what we're comparing. Price, channel and content selection, sports coverage, device support and simultaneous streams, user experience and extras, and finally, availability and flexibility. Let's get this show on the road. First up, price. Okay, let's talk about Peacock. So Peacock actually has a free tier. Yep, totally free, although it's kind of limited on the content. But if you're cool with ads and want more, their premium starts as low as $6 a month. Or you can go ad-free for around $12. Not too shabby. The downside? Some of that juicy sports stuff is tucked behind paywalls, so the free version won't get you everything. Now, FuboTV. Just being honest, Fubo is kind of pricey. The base plan can run you anywhere from $75 to $85 a month, depending on your location and all those sneaky regional fees. There's a Latino plan that starts cheaper at $33, and you can mix and match add-ons. But honestly, those extras keep boosting the price. If you're budget-focused, Peacock wins this round. No contest. Ready to talk channels and content selection? Peacock is all about NBC originals, on-demand movies, and some live sports like the Premier League. But here's the catch. You won't get live network channels, and the selection is basically all NBC Universal stuff. So if you're looking for variety, it's a little boxed in. But FuboTV totally flips the script. With their Pro package, you get over 150 channels. That's a lot. Regional sports networks, ESPN, FS1, plus international content, movies, and news. Now, they do miss a few big entertainment channels like TNT and CNN, which, come on, kind of stings. Still, for sheer quantity, FuboTV definitely takes the win here. Sports lovers, heads up. This part gets juicy. Peacock has a handful of treasures. You get some NFL games via NBC, Premier League soccer, and selected Olympics and WWE events. It's good, but here's where you'll feel the pain. Major gaps in coverage, like NBA and MLB. It's basically NBC's playground. FuboTV, though? Oh, and here's something cool. The sports coverage is insane. They've got almost everything under the sun. ESPN, NFL, NBA, all the regional sports, and you can even customize packages for niche stuff. You want international soccer? They got it. The only gripe, honestly, is sometimes those regional sports networks cost extra. But if sports are your lifeblood, FuboTV is the clear champ. Hey, quick fun fact. Did you know that FuboTV originally launched way back in 2015 just for soccer fans? Yeah, they were a football-only streamer before blowing up into full-on live TV. Wild how things change, right? All right, device support and simultaneous streams. Let's start with Peacock. It works on most smart TVs, phones, browsers, and all that. You get 3 simultaneous streams, which, let's be real, is usually enough unless your whole family is streaming 3 different shows at once. The limit can be annoying if you want more, but for most of us, it's fine. FuboTV, man, this is wild. They offer up to 10 simultaneous streams. So you could basically have a streaming party across the whole block. Plus, there's unlimited DVR, which is honestly a lifesaver. A few of the bells and whistles are only for higher plans, though, so watch out if you're not paying for the top tier. Still, Fubo takes this one hands down. Moving on to user experience and extras. Peacock's interface? Pretty straightforward. Super easy to binge on-demand content. No major headaches, but live TV navigation is kind of, meh, not so slick if you love channel surfing. Switching to FuboTV, the user experience is kinda clutch for fans. You can do cool things like record entire teams or leagues, and sports are organized in a smart, fan-friendly way. The VOD library is pretty massive, but honestly, browsing it isn't super intuitive, and forget about fast-forward preview windows. Yeah, that's missing. Still, FuboTV squeezes out a win with all those extra perks. Last up, availability and flexibility. Peacock is available pretty much nationwide, whether you want live TV, on-demand, or even some cable-style stuff. The catch? Some sports and events may have geo restrictions, but for the most part, it's totally accessible. FuboTV gets good marks for US coverage, with Spanish language and international-oriented plans. But here's the thing. Local channels are kind of region-dependent, and using Fubo internationally is super limited. Overall, Peacock actually has the edge here, especially if you're not sitting in a traditional cable region. All right, let's zoom out. When you look at all the categories side by side, you start to see the shape of this matchup. In price and flexibility, Peacock's kind of unbeatable. But for sports, device streams, and overall channel selection, FuboTV's just in another league. Honestly, if you want cheap binge watching with a side of Olympic highlights and NBC shows, Peacock is a sweet deal. Simple, affordable, and pretty easy to use. But if you're all about live sports and you want as many teams and games as humanly possible, FuboTV is where you should park your remote, even if it means splurging a bit. That's the real difference. If you liked this breakdown and want more streaming matchups, hit follow. Trust me, you'll thank yourself next time you go channel surfing. And hey, save yourself some bucks on your next binge and keep watching for more tips.